options class. I am Keenan Grace. At this point, you should have already taken part 1 of 1, part 2 of 2, and this is part 3 of 3 for the selling put options lesson. And again, make sure that you've taken the quiz, which is part 2 of 2 for selling put options. And if you don't know where to sell put options, hit the Webull link in the description. It is about link 4 or 5 in the description. So now, without further ado, let's get to the lesson. Now, check this out. Now, when you start the quiz, it says quiz 5, selling put options, part 2 of 2, and we'll review this entire quiz and justify the answers as for why they are what they are. So let's start here. Your name, you enter your name. What is your Discord username? So my Discord username is @KeenanGrace. If you need me on there, then you can write to me @KeenanGrace. And when I see it, I'll get back to you. So let's check this out. Do you understand that options run the risk of losing 100% of your investment if mismanaged? You always have to understand that when trading options. So the answer is yes. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes. So here we go. Selling put options means you're doing what? So when you're selling a put option, what does this really mean to sell a put option? What is a put option? So remember, a call option regards contracts that are about buying. Put options are contracts that are about selling, right? So selling put options means you're giving someone the ability to sell 100 shares to you at that strike price anytime before expiration. So now, if some of these terms you don't necessarily understand fully, then make sure that you've taken class 1, 2, 3, 4 before you move on and go on to 5 like we are right now. So make sure you're taking all of them in order so that you can understand what a strike price is, what expiration is. So now let's keep it going. To sell a put option, you must first have enough cash to buy 100 shares in your account. So 100 shares of any security, any stock, right? Apple, Google, Ford, any one of them. If you wanted to sell a put option, generally speaking, you need the cash to buy 100 shares in your account. This is true. So people sell put options when they think stock prices will rise. Is this true or is this false? So the answer is this is true. People tend to sell put options when they think the stock prices will rise. Now think about the opposite of that. People buy put options when they think the stock prices will fall, so then they can ride the wave down. So then on the other end of that, if you were selling a put option, then you expect for the opposite to happen. You want the stocks to rise, right? So now the cash that you need to sell a put option is called what? Break even? No. Premium? No. Collateral? Yes. When you want to go and get into selling put options, you need to put some money up, right? So then that money is called the collateral. Now, it says this. Why do people sell put options in the first place? Is it A, to immediately add cash into their buying power that they can use immediately? Is it B, to collect put option premiums? Is it A and B, or is it neither A nor B? So it's both. It's A and B, to immediately add cash to their buying power and to collect put options premiums. So now let's check this out. In the image below, what number represents the premium for the $20 strike? So first, let's find the $20 strike. And our $20 strike is here. The premium is basically these 3 numbers right here. So this is the bid. So remember, a put option contract, we're thinking about selling it. Someone else is thinking about buying it. The people who are trying to buy it are trying to pay 0.87. The people who are currently selling it are trying to sell it at 0.9. So the mid of those two ranges is about this. This is the last price that it was sold, right? In between the two. So what we see, and let's go back to our question, in the image below, what number represents the premium for the $20 strike? Okay, so now the premium is literally any of these 3 numbers would suffice, and that would be a good answer. So let's go and see what our options are. So this 24.84, what is that? 24.84, that's the price of the stock right now. The stock price is 24.84. That's not the premium, right? We're looking for the premium for the $20 strike. Okay, so we have this 25. That's a strike price, but that's not one of these 3 numbers. It's not a premium. So then we have this 87 right here. This is our answer. How much money can someone collect if they sell the $20 strike below? How much money can someone collect trying to collect these premiums? So let's look. You sell this $20 strike right here, you're going to collect $87. You could collect 90, you could collect 88, but generally people who are basically going to give you this contract, or basically they're looking to buy it from you right now, they're looking to pay this amount. So this is the amount that you can basically depend on being able to get right now, which is the bid. Now let's check it out. And let's read the question one more time so we're clear. How much money can someone collect if they sell the $20 strike below at this very moment? So if you sell this $20 strike, then you can collect this green number right here generally. Now let's go and see. So is it 87 times 100, which is going to be, or 0.87 times 100, which is going to be $87? Yes, that is actually the case. Because remember, when you're selling contracts, they come in these little bundles of 100 shares. They're representative of a contract about 100 shares. So you'd buy the contract at 87 per contract, which is going to give you $87. So let's just go and look through this for an example. The $20 strike, if you were selling this put, then you can collect $87. If you did the 22.5, then you could collect $152. If you did the 25, you could collect $263, so on and so forth, right? And people like to collect these premiums, and this is why they sell put options. You immediately get to take on these different premiums and add and collect them. Okay, now let's check this out. What dollar amount of collateral do you need to sell a NEO put? Basically a $15 put option below. So let's look at this one. So we want to know how much money are we going to have to put up before we can do anything like this, before we can sell this. So NEO at $24.95, not extremely relevant to determine the collateral needed, but it's a part of the diagram, and let's just go through it. We're going to sell a $15 put for March 18th in our example. Notice that it's a $15 put. How do you determine the collateral? You think the strike price, which is 15, you multiply that by the number of shares, because you are going to need the amount of cash to buy or to be sold this at that strike price. So you're going to need 15 times 100, which is going to give you 1,500. Now let's read the question again. What dollar amount of collateral do you need to sell the NEO $15 put option below? You'll need 15 times 100. So 15 times 100 is 1,500. Let's look at this example again, but in a different way. What dollar amount of collateral do you need to sell the NEO $20 put option below? Now our strike was 15 before, and it's 20 now. So let's take a look at this. You can sell the NEO $20 put option, right? 20 times 100. So let's take a look. 20 times 100 is 2,000. This is our answer. Why would someone break even if NEO stock dropped to 1913? So let's even see where we got this number from in the first place. So let's take a look. This is our NEO put. So sell the NEO $20 put option for March 18th. Let's look. It says down here that our break even is 1913. So if NEO was to drop in stock price from this $24.95 and it dropped all the way down to 1913, at that point, we would break even and no longer be profitable, right? We just be at a break even, and anything below that, then you would start to actually be at a deficit and potentially lose money here, right? And let's see why. You have that 2,000 minus the 87 that you collected, divided by those 100 shares, it gives you the 1913. So let's see, where did we get this 2,000 from? This is our collateral. The collateral minus the premium is what you would get paid right now for selling this put option. So to sell this $20 put, you would get $87. The reason people do this is because it's significantly better than collecting dividends, because it pays at a higher rate because you're taking higher risk, right? So you would collect this $87. So as soon as you put 2,000 up, then they pay you immediately 87. So now you think 2,000 minus the 87 is 1,913, right? So take a look at this. The collateral minus the premium divided by 100 shares equals the break even. This is where these break even prices come from when you see them in options, right? And this is why your maximum loss is 1,913, because you put 2,000 up and you immediately collected 87, right? And that leaves you with this in the play. You always get to keep that premium. So then break even is randomly generated? No, it's A and B. 2,000 minus that. So our collateral minus our premium, divided by 100 shares equals the break even. And that's true. So what is the max profit when selling the put option below? So in this interface here is Robinhood. So let's take a look. And on Webull, it's basically the same, except the buttons are in different spots. So the max profit, you scroll down and you'll see it right here. It's $87. we know that $87 is our number. First of all, it's that 0.87 times 100, like we saw before when we were looking at the Weeble chart, right? It's also known as the premium. So then it's all of these. 0.87 times 100 shares, yes. And then we have all of the above, agreed. So now, why is the max loss 1,913? Because remember, you put 2,000 up. In this case, the strike times 100 shares. And then after that, what it'll do is you'll collect that $87. So then you're in the play basically with what is left of 1913. So let's see what our answers are. Because the collateral needed to sell the put options? No. Because the collateral needed to sell this put option is 2,000. And you collected 87 in cash, which leaves you with 1,913 left. So this is the answer. You said, thank you. I got you, Wayne Green, no doubt. And D News or Nunez, I'm saying it incorrectly. No disrespect. I appreciate you. So here we go. If the person you sold the put option to exercises the option, so if they exercise, so you sell a put, and what if they decide to actually use that contract? You will get to keep what? So you get to keep nothing? No, you do get to keep something. You get to keep the shares, but you have to give back the premium. You never give back the premium. The premium is yours. So if they decide to exercise, then you get to keep the premium, but now you'll be sold 100 shares at that strike price. So then you'll have the 100 shares. So you need to be comfortable with having 100 shares if you are selling put options, because this is sort of the worst case scenario, that you'll get to keep the premium, but you'll have 100 shares at that strike price. So now let's see. If the person you sold the put option to does not exercise the put option, then what'll happen? You get to keep nothing? No. You get to keep the collateral? You do get your collateral, but there's more. You get the collateral that you put up. For example, in the Neo one, where it was 2,000, you'll get to keep that 2,000. You'll get it back, and you also get to keep that $87 in premium. That's why the 87 was the max profit, because you put up 2,000, and then the 87,000 or the $87, not thousand, right on top of that. So then this is our answer. So if the person you sold the put option to does not exercise the option, you get to keep your collateral and you get to keep the premium. This is the best case scenario when selling put options. You get your collateral back, everything that you put up, and then you get to keep the premium as well. Now, why is the premium on the $20 strike higher than the $15 strike when selling a put option? So we look at Neo. We notice Neo is $24.95 right here. So this is the current stock price. When you're selling a put, you want the price to go up. So then the other side of it, they don't exercise, and you get to keep the premium, right? And you don't have to buy the shares or be sold the shares. So take a look. With the stock price at $24, when you sell someone a put option, basically, the higher the strike, then you're going to see, in this case, the higher the premiums you can collect. So look at this $20 premium. The $20 put right here, the premium is $89. But the $15 put, the premium is only $28, right? And in that same line of reasoning, as you go up in strike, the premium gets higher too, right? So if you get into this kind of a contract, what's important to know is the higher the strike, the more risk you're taking. That I just X out of everything that I just did. So let me go back. The higher the strike, the more risk that you are taking. Okay? So more risk equals more reward. Because think about it. You're getting into a contract telling someone that they can sell Neo to you if it goes in their favor at $20. They can sell you 100 shares at $20. You would be taking way less risk if you agreed to buy it for way cheaper. You agreed to be sold it at 15. That's less risky than agreeing to sell it at 20. So let's take a look at the answers. So we have this. It says higher risk, higher reward. That's true. Buying stocks at $15 is less risky than buying them at 20. That is also true. And it says this, being in a contract to be sold stocks at 20 is more risky than a similar contract at 15. All of the above are true. So how long, next question, how long will your collateral be locked up if you sell a put option? And the answer is right here, until after the expiration date. So that $2,000 in our Neo example, then in this case, you would have basically had to lock up your $2,000. You can't use it until after the expiration date. Now that's if you get it back, right? And why would you get it back? Because they did not exercise. Then you would get it back. If they did exercise, you would get 100 shares at the strike. Okay, so now selling put options review. Basically, it's out now. This is it. I appreciate everybody. I want you to basically go to this chat right here, the Learn Options chat, for any questions and any discussion. So now that's the end of it. I would click submit and then go through it, but I already reloaded the page so that I may have lost all of my answers. No, I didn't lose them. I didn't lose them. Let's go. So here we go. Submit. Let's see what I got. View your score. 16 out of 16. So I would hit the Don DeMarco button on the soundboard if I could, but I appreciate everybody here. I love y'all. Hit the like button. And you know what? I see you on the Discord. Everybody, options class is basically part 1. Season 1 is done. The technical analysis class now can get on the roll. It should be starting to come out mid-February. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And if you can't handle the heat of these hot stocks and stay out of the kitchen, consider investing in index funds. Good luck, everybody. See you in the next one. Take care.